Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing more Premier Draft Murders at Karlov Manor. I think Etrata would be good, right? Like, I don't know. As a first pick, it's a little bit out there, but I think you go for it. Like, blue-black is not the strongest color pair, but Etrata's a good card. Like, Lightning, Helix, and Shock, those are good, but blue-black is often not that heavily contested. We could try for it. I think it's that or one of the red removal spells. Bloomkin is definitely not better than Etrata. And neither is anything else here. I don't think you first picked Vidugazi Inspector. You're happy to have it, but crazy to first pick it. Okay, Festerleech is good. So is Extract a Confession, but those are easier to pick up. Nothing here begging me to switch colors, and a perfectly good black card. I'll take it. Actually, Torch the Witness is pretty good also. But with Etrata, I'll take the Festerleech. What's the best card here? Shock, I guess? I might just go for Topiary Panther, though. Actually, Presumed Dead would be pretty funny for something like Etrata, but I don't think it's worth it. It's not a very good card, right? Presumed Dead, yeah. I like this because, you know, in these slower control decks, you might very well be trying to splash something. Maybe we could be green-black splashing blue, for example. I like it quite a bit better than the other black cards here. Could take a Pompous Gadabout. Or maybe just this? The red... There have been decent red cards in, like, every pack, haven't there? Maybe not. I don't remember for sure. Like, Galvanize would be good. It's got to be the... Oh, I didn't mean to double-click it. It's got to be the best card here. I guess I'm taking it. I was still deliberating. I think my left mouse button is starting to get as bad as my right mouse button is. I need to switch mouses. I mean, there are some good white cards here. Other than that, it's Out Cold or maybe a Macabre Reconstruction. But Out Cold is surely better than that. Although, in, like, Sultai, Macabre Reconstruction is probably pretty good, right? Yeah, maybe I'll try that. If you have, like, the Self-Mill and Reanimate, they kind of go together well. Here's another one. But, I mean, they went this way? I'm not that impressed with Hedge Whisperer. I think I'll take they went this way. So it's looking like blue is probably a splash. If that, for Etrata, and we're playing mostly Golgari. And all the green and black cards here are totally fine. I don't know that I need Persuasive Interrogators, really. I might just go for, like... Oh, Vidugazi Inspector is definitely better than Unscrupulous Agent. They went this way. Number 2 is fine, I guess. Vidugazi Inspector number 2 I'm happy to have. Bubbler Smuggler's alright. Don't want Breakout, do I? No, I mean, it doesn't look like I'm actually... Oh yeah, this mouse button is getting pretty janky, apparently. Fine. Alibi. Coroner's fine. I'll splash another blue card. Doppelgang is insane. I don't think we're splashing for Galvanize. Splashing white and blue? That's a little tough. I don't think you're supposed to do that. But, I mean, blue could still be a main color. Like, Alquist Proft is too nuts to pass up, and we have already 3 sources of fixing. I think I'm taking Alquist. Let's kind of play green soup. Blue-green land looks great. What else is there? A couple of okay spells. Makeshift Binding is the best one for sure. This would be okay, but I want the blue-green land, I'm pretty sure. Just try to play everything. Yeah? I mean, Aftermath Analyst is perfect for this kind of deck, isn't it? Crocodile would be okay. This would be okay. A fixing land would be okay. But I love this. I don't think I've ever played Aftermath Analyst. But it can be a big ramp if you've been milling, like self-milling for a while, and then you play this. Or ideally you play this on 2, right? And then you self-mill a bit, and then you sack this. I think I need a murder. Double black is tough. Like, we don't actually have that much good black, right? We might be more Simic than anything. I guess I'll take a Culvert Ambusher. There is a good creature here as well, but I think green is our baseline. Splash red as well? Question mark? I don't think so. Fuss and Bother, though? Bother is pretty good. Cerebral Confiscation, I'm just not a fan. And we don't have many ways to activate Satchel. It just doesn't seem that good. But this should be alright. Another Inspector or an Out Cold? Or I guess even this? We have a lot of ways for creatures to leave the graveyard. 4/4 Menace Lifelink is kind of cool. I don't know. Niv Mizzet. I mean, it kind of looks like it could just fit, right? There's so many better cards, though. I don't need Niv Mizzet. I should just take another Panther, right? Or even another Aftermath Analyst. I think Niv Mizzet's too greedy. This deck is already plenty greedy. Yeah, it looks like it might be Simic splashing black and white. Pretty good card. The land is certainly tempting, but oh god, so is Yaris. I don't have that much that makes Yaris good, though. I'm already stretched a little bit thin. I don't have that much fixing. I think I'll just take a solid on-color card over Yaris. Any assassins in the deck, by the way, besides Etrata? No. Okay. Oh boy, do I have Chalk Outline? Is that a thing I can do? I have 2 Aftermath Analysts. I mean, that's about it, right? Macabre Reconstruction, I guess. Coerced Kill is so good. Oh, the Glint Weaver. I want it all! Even the land. Analyze the Chalk Outline could wheel, actually. I'm going to take the Glint Weaver. Case of the Trampled Garden. I mean, there's not really anything else in this pack, right? This doesn't look like the greatest thing for Golgari, but it's probably okay. I mean, obviously it wants to be a Gruul card, but everybody has to attack at some point. I'll take an Intrude on the Mind, please. Oh, I want so much of this. I want the Loxodon. Oh. Okay. I mean, I have to, right? If I can wheel that chalk outline, I think I have enough ways to do that. Tunnel Tipster's great. Cease and desist? Over out cold, I think, now that I have the roots and maybe a chalk outline. This is too complicated a deck for me. I'm not a good enough player to play this. Second Macabre Reconstruction is insane, but so is third They Went This Way. I don't think I really need a second Reasonable Doubt either. I guess I'll take it. No, this is so bad. Take another Reasonable Doubt. I have very little removal. I really need this Slice from the Shadows. Chalk Outline did wheel, although GUwb Inspector... No, I'm taking the Chalk Outline. This deck is a mess. Okay, I mean, I don't want this. I mean, we have a lot of win conditions. It's just, like, not clear that I can do anything in order to achieve those ends. Oh, man. 50 cards, 10 cuts. So, okay, first of all, what's my disguise pile look like? It's very small. Okay. Bubble Smugglers are not even that exciting. This one's pretty good. Maybe I just cut these straight away. And then I have to cut mostly non-creatures, I feel like, right? Because my creatures are just... Oh no, I don't want the Agency Coroner. I don't want the Hotshot Investigators. Oh no. Maybe I should put those Bubble Smugglers back. Alright, so let's... What mentions Graveyard? Graveyard or Evidence? So it's mostly Vitu-Ghazi Inspectors that are triggering this, right? And the one Macabre Reconstruction and Cease and Desist if I decide to run it. This is one or more creature cards, one or more creature cards. So Macabre Reconstruction getting 2 creatures will still only trigger it once. And this doesn't count. So really the triggers I have are 3 of these, 4, maybe 5. I feel like this whole Chalk Outline Insidious Roots thing, I just don't have enough to do it. Okay. Well, that's nice. Oh, actually, I still want to be sorting my creatures, even though it's like some junk versus the whole deck. Okay, let's put this in like the 8 pile. Case of the Trampled Garden. I don't think I need that to win. And it's going to be tough for me to trigger it, I think. Because I have so few creatures. This is like my one removal spell, I think. Yeah. It's a problem. This is kind of a removal spell, I guess. I need to just win by outvaluing them with creatures, kind of. Just having big creatures that can attack. And recurring those creatures. The thing is, these creatures don't actually win the game. This one could, maybe. They get me a ton of cards, and then I have to use, like, or spells. But I still have to somehow, like, actually win the game with all those cards. Oh yeah, Cease and Desist looks terrible. If I'm not running the chalk outline and stuff. I may have too many 2-drops. Well, the Fester Leeches just don't really make sense. They're great to play on turn 1, but after that, I don't know, I guess there's still 3/3s. And Aftermath Analyst is ramp eventually into like my really heavy stuff. I guess Doppelgang is the card that wins the game. There is that. Airtight Alibi, I don't know. I have a Macabre Reconstruction. I could just let a creature die. I don't have a lot of instant speed interaction to hold up, so maybe the counterspells are bad. Definitely want 18, right? I mean, I have so many 2s, though. But, like, Aftermath Analyst wants you to spend 6 mana on it. Bubble Smuggler wants you to spend 9 mana on it eventually. You want to keep hitting lands. And I want to live long enough. That's why I'm keeping in stuff like Fester Leech. What's my color mix look like? Yeah, the amount of black. I'm a little worried about running 1 mana black cards, actually. Maybe I should cut the Fester Leeches. Because I don't need black until a bit later that way. And then I could run like 1 Reasonable Doubt. Well, no, I want that to be a land. Right? So green sources, this is 7. Blue sources, 6. I certainly don't need 2 planes. I think 1 is plenty. Even though, like, I do some self-mill, that's kind of fine because I have ways to return lands from the graveyard. And I only need it for 1 card, Alquist Proft. So I think 1 planes is fine. 2, they went this way, feels a little bit dubious, but I think we want a lot of mana. So now I can put in 2 more lands. I don't need black until like turn 3 at the earliest. So 3 of those seems okay. My early game is blue and green, so I think I do like this. And then, what am I running black for? No. Do I have to do this? No. How, just, alright, whatever. And a black. So I'm running black for these 3 cards. Maybe 3 swamps is too much. Let's run 2 swamps? I only need 1 plains. How did 2 end up there? Did it auto land me at some point there? Like this? Yeah, I mean, this is going to run into some trouble with not being able to remove things, but 18 lands, 3 to 5 sources of ramp, and just big creatures. Hope for the best. Wait a minute. Is Alquist Prof double white? It's double blue to activate, isn't it? It would be embarrassing to only have 1 white source and not be able to activate him. But I think it's double blue. I should check after this. I can check now, actually, in my deck tracker. Double blue to activate. Okay. This looks good. Tipster on 2, and then something. I've got a lot of early game, I just need lands. That's why we put 18 in. Jungle Panther can pick up lands. Let's see. I'm exiling this, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 2 Aftermath Analysts should be a lot of land eventually. Next turn, it seems pretty cool to play 2 Aftermath Analysts, in fact. Okay, Rakdos, not a common deck in the format. Sure, you can tap like that if you want. One land. There goes Alquist Proft. We do have a Macabre Reconstruction. Oh, no, we don't. It's in the graveyard also. Okay, so we don't have to worry about white sources anymore this game. Great. 2 islands in all of that, huh? I'm a little nervous to try the double block on the Menace creature. They probably can't kill both, right? Like, if the chase is on, I just lose one of them, which is fine. That and Toxin Analysis? That would be a problem. Okay, that's fine. You got one of them. Okay, so I could put 2 lands on the battlefield tapped by sacking this. But I don't need many more lands, right? I think I just want to, like, disguise this, maybe? Could just play a 4/5. That would be kind of nice. They went this way plus crack a clue? Seems kind of silly. How much is this to flip? 5. Alright, let's play it Disguise. It triggers this. If I'm doing that, there's nothing else I can do with my mana. Well, I could cycle this, but I don't want to. So I'll just swing both. Okay. And I don't actually want to spend that mana, I don't think. Well, turns out... No, right, I didn't want to play this face up anyway, but I lost the ability to. Yeah, I don't want to block this with a 3/2, so... Just play this Disguised. Drones, ugh. I don't have any way to kill this ever, so I'm just taking the 1 damage every turn until I get my Vitu-Ghazi Inspectors. Planes, okay. Oh, I do have a way to kill this. I can attack with a 4/5. They'll double block, but that's fine, I guess. Oh, I should have swung here since they have... No, because then they could just block like this, right? That's why this was necessary. Sure. A lot of energy spent on killing that thing, but I don't think in the grand scheme of things I care that much about a 3-2. Whoa. Take 10. Okay. It's not lethal, though. Mana value 6 or greater. Well, I guess I'll just take Bother. So I could have 2 2/4s, I guess. Which is kind of a threatening block, right? Double block the 5/4, and then I still have a 2/4 left for the 3/2. I was blocking that anyway. Oh, I see, but you get to surveil. Oh, it's a 6/5! Oh no! No blocks? I can't play a Panther. I have no black, so I can't slice from the shadows. There's not even any black in the graveyard, right? Looks like I'm dead. Little too late. Sure. I'll kill some enemy creatures. I don't know. I mean, I could have sacked the Aftermath Analyst earlier to dig up 2 more lands, and then I would have been able to play this stuff. But then all their suspects would have been more problematic because I wouldn't have had another blocker. I mean, I probably made some tactical mistakes in combat as well. I'm not sure what those would be. Sure. Aftermath Analyst, turn 2. Hopefully I can play They Went This Way on turn 3. But if not, I have other 2s. Okay, my only white source is in the graveyard. That's worth noting. So is one very large creature for macabre reconstruction purposes. Although I'll probably just eat it. I don't know how many lands I'm supposed to put into these decks. Do I need 20? Like, come on. Maybe 19 wouldn't be unreasonable. Take out a Bubble Smuggler for second plains or something? It seems crazy. Take out Bubble Smuggler for another forest? Another swamp? Maybe. Swamp would be pretty good right now. I could slice that thing from the shadows. We have green, you Jund or something? No, just more black. Uh-huh. I'll wait. I'll draw a third land eventually, and then you'll be sorry. We're never getting... Well, no, this is still here. We could get back the lands in grave. But doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. I'm sure I'll have better things to do than dump all my mana into sacrificing a creature. Well, I don't know. I guess if it gives me a bunch more mana back, it could be worthwhile. Discard 2 cards. You got it, champ. What a weird thing to do. I mean, I guess you know my hand is all spells. There is that. I would think you'd want to look and take out the one spell that matters, though. Since I clearly have a lot of spells I can't cast. That I don't mind discarding. So I've drawn 18 cards, right? 6 of them just got milled, and we shouldn't count those. We've drawn 18 cards. We started with 7. We've drawn 11 times? That can't be right. Did I have other reasons to mill? I can't have drawn 11 times. I must be missing something. 22 cards in the deck. I started with 7. I milled 6. That's 13. Oh, right. I forgot 7 and 6. I milled 13. It's a land! Well, I'm still at 22. I have Slice from the Shadows. What's this about? I'll block. They must have some combat trick, but, you know, whatever. You can't let fear rule your life. If they shock the 1/3 in response, or like after doing to do 2 damage to it twice, that would be kind of sad. This won't, if they do though, it won't count as 3 different sources, because this source would be doing damage twice, and then the shock once. So at least they wouldn't solve the case. Oh, maybe they just wanted a clue? Yeah, see, 1 out of 3 rather. And they shot me in the face, so okay. I traded my 2/1 for their 4/2. That's a pretty good deal. Oh, I forgot this gets cheaper if something dies. Really? You want mana more than cards, huh? Okay. Still only 2 sources. Oh, I see. They wanted to sack an artifact so that this would be cheaper? I guess. I could get Etrata back. And, I don't know, maybe an Aftermath Analyst to try and get more lands. Doesn't seem urgent to do right now, though. I think we just play a 4/5. Thing is, they can make both of these suspected. So maybe I play a disguise creature. And crack a clue. Try to kill this next turn by attacking. Or I could even slice it, perhaps. Okay. I guess I just kill this and they get a card or a clue. Or I could crack the clue and so that I could keep Macabre Reconstruction. I think that's actually the way to go. Because it should be quite valuable. If a creature card was put into your graveyard, interesting. So this does count. I would block the 2/2 if they attacked with it. I doubt they will. All right, take 4. Into my graveyard. Gonna need that Aftermath Analyst back. Because my Plains is in there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, it's still taking a bunch of damage, and they're about to solve their case. Yeah, I mean, well behind here. I mean, they did make me discard 4 cards. Makes sense that I'm far behind. Also, I was stuck on 2 lands for a long time. 8 damage, excuse me. Not just 6. Want blue and green, right? God, my deck is like so tiny. Like Aftermath Analyst and Etrata, right? I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to take Vitu-Ghazi Inspector, but like... yeah, I probably was. I needed the life gain. Trying to get the planes back to cast Alquist is just a pipe dream. Since I have to block with this, and then they can maybe shoot it with the 2 damage here or something. I don't know. I think I'm probably dead. 8 mana. They can only activate these abilities twice. I guess I'm not dead. But this isn't living, so it really should have been a Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. Gain life, and also it's a 2/4. Too busy dreaming of what would be amazing versus like living with the reality of how to survive another turn. Okay. I don't think that kills me. I do wish this were a 2/4 though. Okay. Block here? Do they shoot me in the face or do they shoot this? It's unclear. Or do they shoot this? So this is the only block, right? No, I could double block this. But that puts me to 2 with this still alive, which seems bad. Okay. Well, maybe I'll get to live out my dream of this, huh? Hit a land. So I can actually double block and then sack this. Nope, I can't. Okay, see ya. Oh, don't do that. What if I had a way to do 3 damage at instant speed? This was saving you from it. Now, you know, I don't, but I could have. Maybe. Boy, tough game. If I hadn't been stuck on 2 land for so long, and also if I had just put the right creature out into play, no, this game sucked. If I'd put out Vitu-Ghazi Inspector instead of the 1/3, I'd still be alive, but I wouldn't have Alquist Proft ready to cast, so I don't know. Oh, hang on, I was talking about... I think in 19, like, it seems crazy, but I need a lot of lands. And what was it I was saying I don't really want that badly? I said Bubble Smuggler it would be crazy to cut, but wasn't there something else that I came up with? A second they went this way for just another actual land. second planes. Is Prophet's Eidetic Memory just bad in this deck? What do I have that says draw? Draw or investigate. Like, very little. Maybe this is bad. It's just like 2 mana, draw a card, put a counter on something. Take that out. Put back in another They Went This Way. It's really great specifically for Alquist Proft, but if I get to resolve that guy's ability, I'm probably winning the game anyway. Spooky BS. That's a good way to describe Magic. Okay, I'll take it. Do we run out Bubble Smuggler as a 2-drop? Probably, right? Yeah. Well, okay, I have a better 2-drop now. With nothing, no evidence to collect, it's less good? Now, I would have some evidence soon with They Went This Way. Let's just run out of Bubble Smuggler for some board presence, especially against Boros. 2 power to trade into their disguised creature. Seems cool. Nothing for 3 mana. Huh. I wonder if pushing out with Alquist is too... like, I don't know. What is going on? Like, Alquist doesn't do that much right now. But what am I going to do? They Went This Way into play a bunch of 2-drops? It seems stupid. Let's just try to... what's the word for when you, like... you kind of partially have something, but then you like put it all together and hang on to it. You solidify. Try to solidify my board advantage. Okay, so they were looking for their black source, it turns out. Mardu aggro, but a bad draw? I guess. That was enough evidence. Sure. And so this needs 3 or 4? 5 Bloodstain counters when any creatures die. Okay. My hand sucks. Enjoy. Bubble Smuggler is my suggestion. How many lands, by the way? 1. Okay. Oh. Found a swamp. Okay. Don't really want to exile Alquist Proft when I could draw Macabre Reconstruction. So let's play They Went This Way instead. Get some more stuff in the graveyard. Depends what I draw. Maybe it would change my mind. You know, a nice 3-drop creature. Atrata. Okay. That is more evidence, but I'd rather just cast it next turn, of course. Smash in for 3. You know, isn't great against Cluefish, but against pretty much anything else, this damage is free. Grab another blue source. Intrude on the Mind is already in the graveyard, but I don't think I need 3 green very badly. They have ceased my Alquist Proft, and they went this way. Okay. No graveyards for me, huh? Maybe could have targeted a land instead of they went this way is my suggestion, but I guess I'm not activating this for 1 forest, so fair enough. Yeah, and I do have an evidence card in hand, and they know it, so sure, fair enough. Makes sense to exile spells with high mana value. Oh, this gains them life, that's why they're at 17. Hang on to this? I do have a clue. I might be able to spend... If I draw a land and a 4 mana spell next turn after cracking the clue. I don't know. I kind of like being able to threaten something. I paused for so long they know it's a land, I guess. But it's still like, I don't know. Maybe it helps against some hand attack. It's a 6/7. Yeah, I would double block that. Ugh, Etrata. Come on, I need my Macabre Reconstruction stat, please. Ah, a creature card was put into my graveyard, so I could cast Cerebral Confiscation if this drew it. As long as I leave the black untapped. No dice. Casting this disguised, I don't know. I mean, doesn't accomplish that much. Like, what would I make block? I don't have attackers big enough. Oh, Vitu-Ghazi Inspector clue on the counter on this. That is good, actually. Yeah. I mean, it gets a 3rd counter on this, which is sad, but I'd love to push some damage. And getting all these available to attack is pretty cool. Nice. Case of the Pilfered Proof? Seems weird in this deck. Got him! A win! I did it! I'm a genius! All my good creatures in the graveyard, I just won with a bunch of crappy 2-drops and 1 Panther. Oh wait, have I even looked at my dailies? I don't think I have. I've been so depressed about all the losing I've been doing. Fine. I can mill into collect evidence, hopefully, and, you know, black source we'll have to figure out someday. There's 2 in the deck. I'll work it out somehow. Also against a green player. Green and blue and Doppelgang. Doppelgang's mana value is only 2, sadly. I guess I just play out a 1-3. It's not getting much better. Not anytime soon, anyway. Swing? They might not block. They should. Okay. You got me. It was just a prank, bro. Oh, thank goodness I put so much land in this deck. I would really hate to be drawing spells right now. Ha ha ha. I might just crack this for 2 land, even though I don't have anything to spend the mana on right now. Maybe not. Blocking a 2/2 suspect is pretty cool. Just because, like, oh, I could draw something expensive. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, here we go. Yeah, and if I had done so, I could actually cast Etrata at the moment. I'm not sure how good she even is on this board, though. No reason to do this now versus later that I can think of. Yikes. Ah, there's so many of them. I could just slice this and do nothing else. Right? Panther can wait. If I play Panther, they just make this suspect and swing in and... Well, maybe that's fine, actually. Yeah. I could double block a 5/5. They're not attacking with anything else, which suggests no large combat tricks. Maybe I just take 5 and then I can slice this later, but they're going to have the 6/7, right? And I want removal for that. I think I'll just go for this block and see what they've got. Well, no. I want to do that when I have mana up. You can hit me once. Just a Nervous Gardener, good to know. That is a large creature. So I'd love to run out of Etrata as like just a Death Toucher, but I also want to have my black mana. I don't have enough evidence? Really? Huh. Okay, well I guess I'll just kill the 5/5 now. And that's one more evidence, right? Now I have a blocker for their 5/5 and 5/5 and their combat trick. Hopefully it's not so big that it overwhelms this. Although, I mean, here, if they have like +3/+3 or something, right? That's a trick in the format. Then this would be an 8/8, and I still kill it. There's also like +5/+5, I think, because they have 5 creatures. If they have that, I don't know. Just kill me, bro. Or I could chump and then try to kill it with Etrata. That's so cowardly. Let's compromise. Try to deal with the 3/3 trick, and then if they have something else, I can kill it with a Trotta. Really? What's this? Huh? Okay, so they must have actually had something like... No, if they had +3/+3, they would have used it to kill my Panther. This is weird. There's not a spell in the format that's like, destroy target creature that's blocking another creature alone. So, like, that couldn't have been it. They must have just made some colossal blunder? I don't know. Maybe they want to get that back out of the graveyard? Why? Just block with the Trotta, right? In case this is the 6/7. It probably is. She dies, but that's fine. She's not anything special. Okay, we did it. Victory? I have decent blockers without this. Let's push some damage. Nine mana, so X is 6 on this. I don't have any other ways to make clues, really, so this is the one time he gets value, which is fine. It's good enough. If you kill him, I'm not too bothered. Six damage to my Panther. Sure. No lands in grave. I'm glad I attacked with it. Okay, got him. Told you drawing 6 once was enough. And I did actually draw. They went this way, so I could have done it again if I needed to at some point. I have to say, the stuff we're splashing for, I don't know. It's sort of questionable, right? Etrata, I don't really have a way to connect with her, so she's just a 3-mana 1/4 Death Touch? Right? Like, why am I playing that card? I guess 1/4 Death Touch is kind of cool. Alquist Proft, he's good. He is good. I don't have a lot of ways to investigate, but he comes with a clue, so there's always a way to do it. And you only have to activate his ability once. And he's a 3-mana 3/3. Oh wow, who knew this was in the deck, huh? I accept. Be nice if I could ever cast it. Try not to die by turn 5 this game. Honestly, just more green, please. I don't know, I guess it should have been... No, I don't see any reason it could matter. A Trotta and Bubble Smuggler, and an island. Rakdos again. Joao Cruz? I don't quite know how to pronounce. This is like Portuguese, right? Joao? I don't know. My Portuguese is not very good. I don't think it's really a Spanish name, as far as I know. I could just do this, cycle it, but I think it's just another Aftermath Analyst, right? Or no, a Bubble Smuggler, 3 mana. Be mana efficient. Of course. And then if I need to hit a land, I can play this and then collect evidence. I hit a land, okay. Happily trade. Nope, no trade, okay. Well, now I could play Aftermath Analyst and Vitu-Ghazi Inspector, which will probably hit, right? Assuming I hit a spell? Sure. Oh, my Macabre Reconstruction! Okay, well that means the creatures in here are useless. I could have done this pre-combat. Whoops. That would have been pretty cool. Forest Island in there. It might be a thing to do next turn. Blow up an Aftermath Analyst for 2 more lands. It seems pretty nice unless I draw another useful spell instead. Although if I draw a land, it's kind of like, I don't really need more land. If I draw a spell that I can cast, I also don't need more land, so I don't know. Ow. Yeah. I think I just want to make sure that I hit 6. Activate this. Don't have to do it now, of course. Hold back the 2/2, right? I guess. Ooh, they're white source. That's exciting. Sure. You have to target them now. You're choosing non-lands. Very well, I'll allow it. Ooh, okay. 2 more mana, and this like practically wins. I could play out the Panther. I already have a good blocker for the 3/2. I think I will play out the Panther. Just had to think my way through it. I could play the Tipster instead. Or I could swing with this. I could pass holding up Intrude on the Mind and Bubble Smuggler, I guess. Maybe that's the best compromise. Sure. Main phasing Intrude on the Mind wouldn't have been crazy either, because I'd be able to play the lands they give me, and I'd be closer to Doppelgang. That creature. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you give the lifelink to. Still don't really have any attacks, right? The 2/4 reach is just winning the game by itself. Okay. I want these in separate piles. Put a land or swamp with that one. Although all my black cards are gone, so swamps are actually useless. No, I still have the Slice from the Shadows, don't I? Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of last game. No, these... Okay, it is just Slice from the Shadows. So this and a 2/2, or these and a 3/3? Maybe it's like this, actually. Give me this and all this and a 1/1. Or this and a 4/4. That seems kind of reasonable, doesn't it? They're never going to give me this. They're going to give me the 4/4 flyer, right? But a 4/4 flyer is a problem for them. Okay. Maybe I should have put Unauthorized Exit in the 4 pile, but no, then they'd be happy to give me the 4 pile, and I don't really want that, even though I do have Doppelgang. Oh, they gave me the 4/4. Sure. That's what I predicted. So if I play out Tunnel Tipster, then I can Doppelgang next turn. But I don't want to Doppelgang if I don't have this on the board, right? I swing with 4/4. And Bubble Smuggler? They want to double block this, obviously. So Bubble Smuggler is safe enough. And I still have good blocks. It means I'm not playing this, but that's okay. Doesn't mean I'm not playing anything. I think this makes sense. Okay, I don't want to flip it. I want to play the Panther. They've seen a Bubble Smuggler from me, so it's sort of top of mind, and it makes sense for this to be a large creature. It doesn't have to be a Bubble Smuggler. Could be like a Greenbelt Radical or something. What is it? There's a Rubblebelt Radical, but that's not the one I'm thinking about. Rubblebelt, there's like a 4-mana disguise creature with double green. No, 3 and a green, and then to flip, its disguise cost is like 5 double green. That's the kind of creature they might be thinking of. It's got belt in the name somewhere, doesn't it? I'm not sure. Okay, it's suspected. Congratulations. There it is, mana number 8. So what do we copy? I don't even really want to, right? I want 2 of these, but also something else, I suppose. How much evidence is in the graveyard? 12. But it's not distributed very well. I couldn't collect evidence 6 twice. I mean, there's some stuff that would be okay. I could aim at a flyer, for example. But I don't think I have to pull the trigger. I can just make this attack again. This time holding up unauthorized exit as well as the combat trick, which is nice. Or the flip, rather. Tunnel tipster? Or just hold up unauthorized exit in case of emergencies? I think unauthorized exit for emergencies makes sense. Like, what are they going to do to me? Nice. It's a lot of damage. Maybe just bounce their lifelinker. Swing for a trillion next turn. No, it does mean that if I don't kill them and then they disguise it and flip it again, they'll hit me in the face for 2 lifelink. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Do this pre-combat, because my creatures might not be... Oh, X is just 2, sorry. It would be cool to wait until I had 11 mana, but that's not reasonable. A 3/3? A 3/2 flyer, probably. I probably could have swung with these guys as well. What a chicken I am. Yeah. Now, if they board clear me, I lose. I think they blocked for the max, and I could have gotten in for 3 more damage. Right? They'd be dead. But they don't have the board clear, so not punished. I think I gotcha. I should have picked black, obviously. But of course it doesn't matter. Got to shoot myself in the face on the way out. Attempted suicide, I guess. Hello? The screen doesn't last this long normally. Okay, maybe I should go check my dailies now, see if I'm making any progress on that stuff. I mean, having a solid early game of all those 2-mana 1/3s and 2/4s does a lot. Hello? Error updating data? Retry? I guess I'll be back with you when this is working. Oop. Logging in again? I'm back. The server just like would not let me log in, so I went for a lunch break. So I'm back. I see I'm 2-2. I sort of thought we had won 3 games, but I guess not. I don't think it like forgot a game that we played. The last game did count. I checked. I don't know. It seems like I've been playing for hours here. I should have more than 2 wins. That's all. Oh boy. I mean, unauthorized exit lets me stall for a bit, I guess, and I have surveil. Like I can find a spell hopefully that does something. Okay, I mean I need a black source. Yeah, annoying. Can't really do anything about that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Gonna have a long... Well, no, it's gonna be a short game because I'll just die, I guess. If they flip it, I could bounce it. I could cycle that to get a black source. And then I could cast a Trotta next turn. But I guess if that's the plan, I can play a Trotta next turn. I can cycle this next turn. So I can defer the decision. Right? Because next turn I can still spend 2 on this and 3 on a Trotta and be fine as long as I tap carefully. Oh, okay. Go away? Sadly not countering this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to cycle this. Okay, Bubble Smuggler's nice, I guess. Because I have Bother and Panther for turn 6. I can pay if you counter. Unless it's No More Lies, but you don't have the white open, so... It seems like they might have reasonable doubt. No guarantee, but it's possible. I could actually just, like, next turn, instead of casting a spell, I could flip this. If I think they're holding up counterspell. Ooh. Or I could run out of Trotta, which kind of deals with whatever they have on the ground. Attack first? I guess. Yeah. If this is like Exit Specialist, it's pretty embarrassing. I'll have spent a bunch of mana on this and then... Yeah, I think that might be what it is. I'm going to say this can go through, weirdly. Because I'm okay if I just trade 2 Disguised Creatures. Right? If I flip it, and either of these creatures is Exit Specialist, which I think is probably the case, I'm just too far behind. Okay, traded for Granite Witness. Fine. This one could still be Exit Specialist. It's kind of annoying. But it's just a Trotta. It's not like it's a 6-drop. Okay. Could pick up a white source, but to what end? It would be to have 8 mana for Doppelgang, but that's not looking smart against this. Let's just try Fuss Bother, I think. If they counter it, they counter it, right? It's not that big a deal. Okay. They only have 1 blue mana. If they ever play blue spells, I can get the Panther down. Wow, I'm just insta-cracking it. They have a double blue card or something they're looking for? So this is 7 mana, but obviously I'm not going to copy 2 things right now. I'm just going to run this out. There's the Exit Specialist. Now, that wasn't the one they already had, right? That's a new one. More and more land. Can I run this out again? Go grab a white source if I can. I have 10 mana, which means I could Doppelgang for 2 and still pay for the counterspell. If I draw a land, I could try Doppelganging for 3 things, but it doesn't look like they're going to let me... Okay. So Doppelgang for 2 seems pretty good right now. Copy Panthers and Coerce to Kills. Although if they bounce the Panther, then this does nothing. But at least I get my Panther back. At least I get my Panther on my side. That's kind of funny. Because they controlled it, so it returns to battlefield tapped, but it'll be mine. Okay, they're just targeting Coerce to Kill, so I get the Panthers. Return... So they're flickering it. So it's going to return to the battlefield tapped. Attached, I guess, to my Panther. But I'll get 2 more Panthers, so that's okay. Ish. Okay, if I can live for another turn, I have some life gain here. If they have a combat trick that pumps this at all, I'm dead because of the Death Touch Trample. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should... Well, whatever. I guess whatever I aimed at, they could have flickered, right, with this. So the fact that I targeted course kill and they bounced, it didn't really matter. Okay. Take 2. They don't have green, so they can only make me counter... They can only counter unless I pay 3. I can kill their 3/2. And have a blocker for the 2/1, plus more life. The really greedy play would be to put a counter on this, because a 1/3 is big enough to kill the 2/1. But just in case they can somehow like give this +1/+0, I want to have a 2/4. Oh, it's a suspect! Okay, I'll pay. Maybe I should have pushed a little harder. Because now I don't have 2 creatures that can block this. I have 12 damage coming. I guess one more wasn't going to make a difference. Put the counter here still. You never know. That's a good draw. Not good enough, though. Because now this has to block the flyer, and it can't also block this. I can't also use this to double block the 2/1. And we're dead. Oh, Glintweaver. Oh, my baby. Oh, man. Gain 9 life? That would have been so sweet. Maybe they won't see they have lethal? Question mark? Seems pretty unlikely. Super lethal now? Pretty good tempo early in the game that they had. Was there any big decision that I could have that I clearly lost value on? This, I mean, trading this off into a Granite Witness instead of paying 6 to flip it. I think the ward was worth more than the +3/+3 would, or +4/+4 would have been. They would have just flipped Exit Specialist, but I guess then they wouldn't have had Exit Specialist to flip later. So maybe I'm wrong. They got a bunch of tempo anyway by bouncing this. Maybe I should have just said, well, you know, my mana's not doing anything. I might as well make them spend one of their resources this turn. But they would have just had a devastating board presence if they were allowed to keep their ward creature. Another Granite Witness? Like, I'd be getting murdered even faster. So I don't think that was going to work out. I could have maybe tried to stall on Doppelgang until I could cast it for X's 3, but they had a counterspell. That's not going to work. Yeah, Exit Specialist unblockable by stuff with power 3 or more was very impactful that game. Okay, well, they got me. Private Eye, I mean, was going to win anyway, I guess, because I couldn't block the flyer anymore usefully once it got a +1/+1. 2 wins, a little sad. It was a fun deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.